What a cry. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, NFL fans around the world. It is the Dear UG here once again for his NFL Week 12 predictions. In Week 11, I went 9-6, and for the season, I am 94-77. Yeah. Now let's just go over a quick recap of what happened last week in Week 11. The Colts hold off the Titans on Thursday night, also known as the midnight release for the PlayStation 4, 30-27. The Jets did not take off the ground as the Bills destroyed them. The Buccaneers showed why the Falcons are more disappointing than a Pee Wee football team. The Steelers destroyed the Lions by 10 points. The Eagles stopped the Redskins' comeback. The Cardinals buried the Jaguars. The Texans could not get a win for their returning coach over Oakland. Thanks to Loki and the God of Thunder, the Chicago Bears defeated the Ravens 23-20. The Bengals destroyed Cleveland. The Miami Dolphins somehow beat the Chargers. The Giants destroyed a Packers team without Aaron Rodgers. The Seahawks showed why they are the best home team over beating the Vikings. The Saints held off to beat the 49ers. The Broncos give the Chiefs their first loss of the year. And the Panthers beat the Patriots. As far as for the playoff standings, as of right now, it goes as followed. In the NFC, Seattle, New Orleans, Detroit, and Philadelphia round out the top four. North Carolina and San Francisco are your two wild card seeds. Arizona, Chicago, Dallas, Green Bay, the Giants, and the Rams are all battling for either the East or a wild card spot as of now. The Washington Redskins, the Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Minnesota Vikings have been eliminated from contention. In the AFC, gotta get water. The Denver Broncos are number one, followed by the Colts, the Patriots, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the wild card standings, it is the Chiefs and the Jets. On the outside looking in, it is Miami, Oakland, Tennessee, y'all, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore and Cleveland, and San Diego, Buffalo, Houston, and Jacksonville. Well, yeah. Good luck next year, folks, on that one. Alright. Week 12. By the way, teams with a bye this week are the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Seahawks. Thursday night, we start off with the New Orleans Saints coming off a very, very close one over the 49ers as they travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Now, they've already played once this year. The New Orleans Saints won 23-17 in that game. I say the Saints will win this one as well. Atlanta, you are the Pee Wee football team of the NFL and the NFC this year. You're terrible. You're a joke. I could probably go to a nursing home, pick up 12 people, and they would all play better than you. That's how bad you are, Atlanta. As for the Sunday games, I'm taking the Detroit Lions to stop the Buccaneers' winning streak, and Detroit will go back to being the single lead in their division. And Detroit is at home this week. Green Bay taking on Minnesota. Packers need to win to stay alive, even though they don't have Aaron Rodgers. And with that being said, I probably would have not picked the Packers, but because they're playing Minnesota, who, let's be honest, is as bad as a high school football team at this point, I'm taking Green Bay on this one. But if Green Bay loses, yeah, it might be time to get a different quarterback to start, because if you can't beat the Vikings as a third-string quarterback, you suck. Period. In the coin flip game of the year, it is the Houston Texans staying at home to take on the Jaguars. You know, I'm sure if you ran this simulation in Madden, the score would be 2-0. That's how bad these two teams are. I'm taking Houston now. They've lost 8 straight. They got to finally win one game, right? I mean, they haven't won since week 2, people. It's got to stop. San Diego takes on Kansas City. Kansas City may have just lost, but I say they bounce back this week and both the Chargers out of playoff contention. Chiefs wanting to keep pace with the Denver Broncos because now it's a do or die there. Who knows who's going to win that division? Next, The North Carolina Panthers traveled to Miami to play the Dolphins. If this was the Miami Heat, I'd actually pick the Heat. But because it's the Dolphins, yeah, no, just no. This ain't Dan Marino. This is we like to bully people. Miami Dolphins. Up next, Steelers versus Cleveland. The game I like to call life support. Because the winner is still in the playoff hunt. The loser, well, we'll pronounce his time of death at a little bit after 4:15 Sunday afternoon. I say Steelers win this one. I'm not completely sold on them to a degree. But Cleveland's offense is just horrendous. If it wasn't for their defense, which the defense is the only reason they're even close in some of their games this year, Pittsburgh is going to win this one. If I'm Pittsburgh, you want to get that running game going eventually this year. Up next, the Chicago Bears travel to St. Louis to take on the Rams. Yeah, I'm taking Chicago on this one. They've won the last 3 meetings against the Rams. Josh McCown is starting, which is a good decision. He's been playing well for them. Jay Cutler's been... How to describe Jay Cutler? Well, at this point, I'd send him to the Canadian Football League. That's how much of a disappointment Jay Cutler's been. So I'm taking Chicago with Josh McCown. Up next, the New York Jets, who have only had a 1-game win streak this whole season because they're the first team in NFL history to win 1 game, lose the next, then win again, lose again, alternate. And people still think the Jets are a playoff team. What are you drinking? Because if you still think the Jets are a playoff team, give me some of what you're drinking, because it must be good. They travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens, who need this win desperately, I think they will pick it up. Mostly because of the fact that the Jets' offense, when it comes to the passing game, is horrendous. I have seen better passing in backyard football. No. I've seen better passing with seen a dude in a wheelchair who could pass better than Geno Smith. And the guy in the wheelchair can't run, okay? Geno Smith, you stink. Yes, you can run all day long. Whoopity, do that day. You can't pass? You have no reason to be a quarterback. Joe Flacco, this is the game you need to show you with all that money Baltimore used on you. Up next, Raiders taking on the Titans in what is the late game life support, because the loser of this one will most likely be took off and will not have any shot at the playoffs. I'm taking Oakland. Why, yes, Oakland's passing game is, well, just like the Jets, horrendous. The Raiders can run the ball on you all day long, and their defense backs it up. As far as for the Titans, I don't trust their quarterback situation. They don't have Locker, so no, I can't pick Tennessee. Tennessee does have a good defense, but not enough for me to think they can stop the Oakland running game. So no. And what was that? By the way, you can't see her. My mom is in the background, so say hi, Mom. Alright, she said hi, everybody. Up next, the Colts taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This is a kind of a interesting game in a way, not because the records are both very good. I didn't think Arizona would be 6-4 at this point. I thought they would have been eliminated. But the Arizona head coach, remember, he was the interim head coach for the Colts last year. While Coach Chuck was out with battling what he was. Now, that being said, Colts have won the last 3 meetings against the Cardinals, and I still believe in Andrew Luck. So with that being said, Mom, what do you call the Colts again?
Yellow belly, sap-sucking, no good for nothing, leave in the middle of the damn night wussies.
Yes, and I do agree with that, but I gotta take the Colts on this one. I don't trust Arizona's run game. Now, defensively, Arizona is definitely better, but I think Colts will win this one. If it stays close, Arizona's got a shot. Cowboys travel to New York to take on the 4-6 Giants. If you would have told me after the Giants were 0-6, they would win 4 games in a row and have a shot at the playoffs in the NFC East, I would have said you need to be locked up in the mental institution next to Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck going that's all, folks. But the Giants are somehow still alive in the NFC East because the NFC East is that bad. No team has a definite, ooh, look at that, that's a statement win. Granted, you could say the Eagles, who got one on the Packers a few weeks ago, but no Aaron Rodgers. And okay, they beat the Redskins after the Redskins almost made the comeback to tie the game and send it into overtime. No one has a statement win in this division. I'm taking Dallas on this one. I'm hoping they do. I hope they did stuff during the bye and concentrate and get ready for this game. If the Giants win this, I would be worried if I was the Skins, Eagles, and Dallas if the Giants win this, because that means the Giants would have a great opportunity to get the NFC East. And I say that because they played the Redskins twice. The Giants have not played the Redskins yet. They also play San Diego. San Diego has been a tease. They've been good sometimes, and then they've been like that woman that teases you at the club and pretty much denies you access. They suck. Period. So if the Giants win this one, it's going to be they will have an easy road because, okay, they do play Detroit, and they do play, I believe it's Arizona as well. I know they play Detroit. I'm going to look at the schedule right now. After Dallas, okay, they play Seattle and Detroit. Those are the only two hard games in weeks 15 and 16 because I think they can beat Washington pretty easily, and I think they can beat San Diego. So let's say hypothetically we get to week 17, they're 9-6. If they win that, then it depends on what happens with the Eagles and Cowboys. And if Dallas does not beat the Giants, I would really hate to have to hang my hopes on a playoff spot in the East on the Washington Redskins, because I don't trust them as far as I can throw them at this point. And we know they can't throw far either. But taking Dallas on this one anyway. Sunday night game. The Denver Broncos have Sunday night game for the second week in a row as they take on the New England Patriots. Now the Patriots have won the last 3 meetings. Keep that in mind when you make this pick. But I'm taking Denver Broncos. They are the number 1 offense overall. It's Peyton Manning, Wes Walker, and I can already guarantee you this right now. New England is probably going to boo the living daylights out of Wes Walker. Remember when Peyton Manning went back to Indianapolis earlier in the year, and the Colts fans gave him a standing ovation because it was the house that Manning built? Yeah, you're not going to see that when Walker comes out to the field and plays against the Patriots. Here's what all the Patriots fans are going to do when they hear Walker's name. Boo! I'll use vile language because it is New England. Broncos are going to win this one though. Broncos will hopefully beat the living daylights out of Tom Brady because I like seeing Tom Brady cry. Because when he cries, everybody's happy. And except his wife. But who cares about that? Monday night game. 49ers take on the Redskins. The 49ers have won the last 2 of the 3 meetings. But this is weird. Because while Redskins have the better offense, ranked-wise, 49ers come in ranked 29th, defensively, Niners are the better team. What is hurting the Niners is they don't pass a lot. They're mostly running. I mean, yeah, when you got Colin Kaepernick, perfectly understandable. But if I think the Niners want to get a playoff spot or try to win their division, which I don't think is going to happen, Seattle just has a stranglehold on that thing and is not going to let it go. If I am the Niners, you need to concentrate on passing, because that's what's going to win you the playoff games when we get to after week 17, if you make it. I think the Niners win this one because of their defense. I would not be surprised if the Redskins do get the upset here, just because of how bad the 49ers offense has been. Redskins, like I said though, I think automatically eliminated. I don't think you can win the division as a 9-7. 10-6, yeah, 9-7. That would really depend if the Dallas and the Eagles both fall and the Giants decide to do what they normally do at this point in the end of the year and choke. But who knows at this point with the way the East has been. Just as a recap, I have the Saints, Lions, Packers, Texans, Chiefs, Panthers, the Steel Curtain of Pittsburgh, the Bears, Ravens, Raiders. You heard how my mind describes the Colts. Cowboys, Broncos, and the 49ers. Those are my picks for this week. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with them? And I will see you next time for my WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view picks. Yes, Survivor Series is this Sunday. And of course, I will see you next week for NFL Week 13, where we have 3 games on Turkey Day. Gobble, 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 folks. See you next time. I'm out of here. Woo!